We're with Rattlers quarterback Shane Boyd. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Good. Hey, talk about the role of a backup quarterback because it's important. You have to not only run the scout team to get the team ready, but you also have to know your playbook. So each week you have to know two playbooks.
Yeah, it's a pretty extensive job being a backup because at the same time, with knowing the first team, you don't get the first team reps, but you still have to prepare yourself. And I prepare myself like a start each game, but you got to be zoned in mentally. That's why you see usually quarterbacks or backup quarterbacks behind the huddle or right next to the coach getting the call so they can hear what's going on so you can take a mental rep. So you always want to keep that rapport and stay in that flow with the first team, even though you're not getting the first team reps. And then on the defensive side, you want to make sure that you give the defense the best look possible. We want to make it harder in practice than it is in the game, because if they can break up balls and be where they need to be at and intercept me in practice, the other team's not going to know what we're doing when we're doing our combos and all type of defenses that we run, so it'll make it more difficult on the opposing team's quarterback. So my job is just to try and have success, but wanting them to have success by breaking up balls and being where they need to be at and recognizing routes.
Now, as a backup quarterback, how much of communication do you have between you and Nick? I mean, do you guys bounce things off each other? Do you guys keep that, hey, I saw this, maybe you try that approach?
Yeah, me and Nick talk all the time. I mean, that's, when you're a quarterback, it's kind of its own little brotherhood and its own little world. It's only, one that plays, and then it's only maybe one at the most, two other ones on the team. So it's a small group. So me and Nick have a great working quarterback. We respect each other. We've competed against each other. I respect his game. He respects mine, and I'm there for him, to make sure he's successful and be his eyes when he may miss something. Because I get a different view when I'm looking from the side to say, hey, this is what's going on the back side or the front side, or your feet work is getting away from you, or that type of stuff, just to remind him, what he needs to do and zone back in. Because in the middle of the game, sometimes with that controlled chaos, you start to lose focus of some things at times, and it's always good to have a guy who is selfless and wants you to continue to do well and would jog you back into to that flow.
Now, you've had some experiences. You've been in it with a couple clubs, the Minnesota Vikings, the Houston Texans, and recently the Arizona Cardinals. How much of that experience can you bring to the Rattlers?
It brings just professionalism. One thing you have around here with the core group of guys, from your Nick and your Rod and your Antaj and your JK, all the guys that have been here and played the game, is being a professional. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves in as a whole organization, is being professional, from whoever's at, from our ground people to our equipment people to our training to our players to our coaching staff, all the way up to our own owner. Everything's done with a high profession, and we have a high expectation for everybody that's even involved or even attached to this Rattler organization. So with me, just brings more professionalism, or added professionalism, from being in the NFL and being around guys like your Kurt Warners and guys that I've been able and fortunate enough to play with, who also played in this game as well.
Hey, thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you.